Good evening. It is 6 p.m., October 21st, 2019. Time to call the City Council meeting to order. Ms. Rhodes, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Abbott?
Here.
Mr. Austin?
Here.
Mr. Blankenship?
Here.
Mr. Eggers?
Here.
Mr. Hupin?
Here.
Mr. Richards?
Here.
And Mr. Wertz?
Here.
Sir, you have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Wertz, would you do the prayer and pledge, please?
Okay. Everyone bow their head. Father, we are grateful to our military men and women who protect our many freedoms around the world. Also be with our city's first responders, the police and fire departments who provide us safety. Be with all city employees who provide the many services for Franklin. Father, be with our mayor and city council tonight as we conduct the business of our fantastic city with a positive direction and leadership. Be with all of our candidates running for public office as we look to the future of Franklin. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you all for attending. Is there any announcements?
Third-party representative.
Can we be quiet down there?
That's my bad. I was giving him a hard time.
Don't you have a gavel? Man, don't you have a gavel? Do we have any announcements?
Not now.
How about presentations? Public comment? How about Franklin College students? Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Madeline. Weaver.
Dexter.
Thank you, folks, for coming. We appreciate it. Okay, anybody else? Hearing none, we'll move to consent agenda.
Move to approve common council minutes from October 7th.
Second.
Second by Mr. Adams. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, go to old business.
Move to read old business by title only.
Second.
Second by Mr. Adams. Motion to read all old business by title only. Vote, please.
Yeah, I give up. A motion.
We have a motion.
Second.
We already had the second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I was reading.
Any opposed?
Focus.
Yeah. Now Drew said this was supposed to be done. How long, Drew?
I'm thinking 7 minutes,
Well, it's not long.
but it's not going well.
All right. First item under old business, Common Council ordinance number 19-05, creating a RDA lease rental revenue bond 2019 fund. Ms. Rhodes, do you want to recap?
Yes, sir. If there are any questions, I would be glad to answer them. This is for our new RDA bond. I have to have your approval to establish a fund. Of course, as I said the last time, it will be a mirrored fund of what Mutual Bank is doing. We're just doing this. We feel better doing this in our department to have something to show State Board of Accounts, keep track of it. So with your approval.
Okay, we will open this up for a public hearing. So if anybody has any questions, we did talk about at the last meeting in a little bit more detail. If anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, now's the time to do that. Hearing none, we will close the public hearing, and just to help with the college students, I know you guys got to do a paper on what goes on at these meetings. So if you have any questions that you want to ask later, you can ask one of us and we can fill you in on anything that you might have. So, you know. Okay, so we need a, if there's no more questions, we need a.
Move to approve common council ordinance number 19-05.
Second. Second by Mr. Richards. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, item number 2, Common Council Budgetary Ordinance number 19-18, an additional appropriation, General Fund Police Services, 101-007-300, $29,104.12. The NVH Fund Services, 201-001-300, $25,675.66, and the Park Fund Capital 204-001-400, $8,734.97. Again, this is going to be opened up for a public hearing. Brett gave a short, long version.
Yeah, if you're on a 7-minute meeting, I can't redo my 10-minute story, so. If you have any questions, I'll happy to answer.
Brett, as an overview, this is the money that was returned to us from the lease.
That's correct. It was, yeah,
It was returned in bulk.
correct. Remaining
General
funds from the 3 separate escrow accounts that we are now asking to distribute to their appropriate funds within the city budget. The balance will be used to apply the principal for the lease balance of each fund, except for the Parks Fund, which we are going to utilize to buy a new lawnmower at the cemetery. I'll stop there.
And again, the college students, if you don't want to get up public and ask the question, you're more welcome to do that. You may want to talk to him afterwards, because it's not that complicated, but it seems like it is.
Mayor, I move to approve.
First, it's open for public hearing. My fault,
Excuse me.
Mr. Austin.
Go right ahead.
Does anybody else want to get up and ask any questions? Hearing none, we will close the public hearing. Now we're ready for action, Mr. Austin.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Eggers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing none. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will go to the new business.
Move to read new business.
Second.
Second by Mr. Eggers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, designation of Title VI Coordinator and ADA Coordinator, City Attorney Wayne Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My apologies to you, Mr. Eggers, but this does require a bit of explanation, although you're not being asked to approve anything. This is more for informational purposes. For those in the audience, Title VI of the United States Civil Rights Act provides that no person in the performance of any services that are rendered to them, nor any requests that they may have, may not be discriminated against on the basis of race, color, age, national origin, gender, disability, or income status. That's the United States Civil Rights Act, which is a federal law. Well, as a result of our taking of federal funds for some of our projects, such as roadways, sewers, and things like that, we are required to comply with the Civil Rights Act in all areas. That's an area that some people get confused. They think just projects that are federally funded have to comply with that act. That's not true. This city itself, in all presentations, must comply with that act. The second act that we are equally held accountable for is the ADA, or the Americans with Disabilities Act. In that particular realm, oftentimes for our streets, for our sidewalks, for our city buildings, for the ramp that's in the back of this room, is created because of the ADA to make sure that persons with disabilities, whether it be sight, physical disabilities, have access to the same public services that the rest of the citizens have. As a result of that, because we are required to comply with both of those acts, a part of the statute requires that we have a Title VI coordinator designated who is an employee of the city of Franklin. So it can't be a third party, such as your city attorney. It can't be somebody that you hire out. It must be an employee. And again, that's the person that would take any complaints that anyone would have as a result if they felt they had been discriminated against. The ADA coordinator is a separate position, and the city must also designate someone who's an ADA coordinator. So in the event that someone feels there's an issue with regard to access, they have somebody within the city that they can make contact with. Currently, our Title VI coordinator is Stephanie Shepard, because she was in the clerk treasurer's office and had access to all of our formal documents. And our ADA coordinator was simply designated as our city engineer, which we all know to be Mark Richards. Stephanie is no longer in the clerk treasurer's office, so it didn't make sense for her to continue in that role. Really, she's in a different department at this point in time. And the ADA also suggests that rather than just have a title for a person, you actually identify who that person is. So at the Board of Works meeting, the city officially appointed Mark Richards as our superintendent to be our ADA coordinator. In fact, he will be called upon if there's something blocking the sidewalks, he goes out and takes care of that. And so he's served in that role, and he will continue to serve in that role. And Joanna Myers will now be our Title VI coordinator. So if any of the department chairs have somebody who has a question or feels that they have an issue with regard to Title VI, the department chairs now know that they should direct all of those questions to Joanna Myers. Also, you as elected officials, if you feel that occurs, you simply have somebody who can address those issues with your constituents. And additionally, all of that information is on our website. So that was just for informational purposes, so that you know that does exist, and that's part of our requirements as a recipient of federal funds.
Ms. Gray, would it serve any value for the council to ratify this action?
It certainly wouldn't hurt. I make a report in August, at the end of August of every year, to NDOT, who is the overseer of the federal funds for the U.S. Highway Department, and that would be something I would include in our report as another verification. It's more about being aware
Right.
and just making sure that we know that there are persons in our community that maybe do have these types of struggles, and just make it aware, and I think it would help. I'll put that in there, that the Board of Works passed it and the council ratified.
I'll move that the council ratify the city attorney's report and the appointment of the individuals noted in her report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. Wertz. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, it is ratified.
Thank you, and thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you.
Okay, there isn't any other business, so that gets us to council member comments. How about we start with Mr. Abbott?
I have nothing. No comment.
The Patriots haven't won tonight yet.
That's true. Well, next week we can talk about that.
Mr. Austin?
Nothing, Mayor.
Mr. Hickman?
No comments?
Mr. Wertz?
No comment.
Mr. Rivers?
I hope everyone has a safe and fun Halloween.
Okay, it's up to you two to talk.
We're already past 10 minutes, so. No comment.
All right, Mr. Rivers, you got anything?
Thank you, sir.
Does anybody else in the audience want to say anything? Hearing none, we need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Mr. Eggers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.